I love scotch. Scotchy, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down, down into my belly. Mm-mm-mm.
Hello and welcome to Resisting Boredom, where we drink, ramble, and discuss about things to help you in the never-ending quest of not being bored. I am Brandon Kaiser.
I'm Richard Buckner.
Brian Haas.
Josh Jessen.
Kate Coleman-Cole.
Today we saw the epic movie of Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. It's directed by Adam McKay. It stars Will Ferrell, Steve Carell, Paul Rudd, and David Koechner. And I could keep going, but it'd be a long-ass video if I did. So we're going to cut it there at the main four. I'll start us off. The first Anchorman is a classic, right? It's one of the greatest comedies of all time, I would say. I think most of us would have to agree, though. Am I right in that?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this movie had a lot to live up to. I went into it kind of knowing that it probably wasn't going to reach those heights, and no, it doesn't, but it still is a funny and enjoyable movie. Some things maybe draw on a little long, some things maybe don't hit their mark perfectly, but there is enough here to me to make it, enjoyable, funny. You'll laugh quite a bit. It might not be huge belly laughs, it might just be little chuckles. It might not, it might not get the same effect as the original Anchorman, but this is still a solid comedy, and the fact that everyone needs to compare it to the first one, kind of unfortunate, because there's something special about the first one. There's a,
Je ne sais quoi.
I guess you could say that. I was thinking about saying that, but you did it for me. I just think, in this case, it's kind of, I think the deal was, we can do whatever we want with this one, and I think maybe that was some of the downfall. They were much more open this time, weren't as constrained into, we can barely get this movie made. And so, maybe that's where they went wrong, maybe it's not. But overall, I thought this was a good movie. I thought that it's well worth going to see. It's one of the better comedies of the year. And so if you're a fan of Anchorman in general, don't get your hopes up, but you should still see this movie, and I think you'll still enjoy it. So, next.
I guess I'll go next. Just wanted to say that I really don't remember the first movie that much. I don't, not...
After we just said it was a classic, and then he goes, I don't remember it.
Well, personally, I don't know why. There
Really?
could be no reason that I wouldn't remember the movie.
It's probably one of the most quoted movies that all of us quote. Like, that didn't sound right, but we all quote it all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly. Every day of my life.
Probably.
Every day.
I was just
Pretty
going to
close.
say, I went in with a, I guess not expecting so much then. So I was pleasantly surprised. Just went in because you guys were like, we're going. Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
But, no, I noticed tons of laughter from our group.
Mm-hmm.
At least, I didn't notice it quite as much.
From the rest of the
Yeah,
audience.
because we just got into it and we're going for it.
Yeah, I think we enjoyed it more than the rest of the audience. I'd agree with that.
Probably the loudest ones in the theater.
Yeah.
Mhm. But it was fun, just a fun movie. Go and see it if you like comedies, because it's a top-notch comedy.
And if you like, the Will Ferrell, Adam McKay sort of comedy. I mean,
That's
if you
true,
don't, this isn't going to change your mind, right?
Yeah, I'd see the vast majority of people. I think they'd like it.
All right.
That's all I got.
Kit, what do you got for us?
I wasn't hopped up for this movie because I was worried a lot because I'd seen what Hollywood has done to sequels. And for the first half of the movie, that was pretty much most of what I saw. Just jokes that just felt like recycled from the first movie, or things that just like, oh, that's funny. Like, here's some extra breath for my nose than usual. But it picked up, like, halfway through the movie. And the ending, I thought, was just fucking amazing. And I just want to see it again, specifically for that ending.
That's
and
true.
I think that if you've seen the first one, you should see the second one just simply because of the ending for the second one. But
What about the rest of the movie, though? Didn't like the rest of the movie?
the beginning of the movie I didn't like too much. The whole romance between Brick
I think
and
it took
chick
a little bit. It took a little bit to get into
it. It did, yeah. It wasn't where it was, and just, I don't know. It didn't grab
It's a
me.
sequel, bro. Because
It's a sequel, yeah.
I mean, a lot of the stuff about the first one is introducing characters and building
yeah.
up, and this now they've already established them, so they can't really just. Otherwise, you get like Airplane 2, where you just rehash the entire thing and just make it in space. So I mean, at
Yeah.
least they didn't. At least they did something different. But I mean, a lot of the jokes in the first one were establishing
Yeah.
characters and making jokes about them, but now we already know all the stuff about them. I mean, there's a few rehash kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was a few of them.
And stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it
they.
wasn't-
There
they
wasn't
seem
Raven
this-
Sink able.
Yeah, they seem this time to have more of a message. Like they kind of had
There was a
hidden in
plot.
there, hidden in the
First one
story.
had a message.
This was kind of the comedy version of the newsroom,
Yeah, this-
right?
this
It's
had a-
basically jabbing news as it is today
Yeah.
and being like,
Yeah.
all you do is make up stuff or focus on things that don't matter.
I
and all
slowly
that
started to see
stuff.
that coming. I was like, oh, I was like, they're actually doing like actual purpose behind. all
Yeah,
this?
like there's a hidden message in there. It's
That
not
kinda surprised
just
me.
a stupid comedy.
A message we can relate to today instead of women in the workplace. This is scary, like they did in
Yeah. Well,
It didn't surprise me
That was
as
more of the
much
time
as
period,
Harrison
yeah.
Ford, but it surprised me.
Harrison Ford wasn't in it like that much, and
I was still surprised that he was part of that. Just in general.
Really, they announced that like a year ago.
I
at
wasn't
least.
paying attention.
He didn't
Okay.
want to see the movie at all, so he didn't know.
Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't look into it if you didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
So. But yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
all right. So Richard, what did you think of Anchorman 2?
I enjoyed it. I guess I'll continue with off the Harrison Ford thing. I heard that. I was actually looking forward to seeing him in it and what he would do. A little disappointed with the amount of Harrison Ford we got, but still, it did the job.
It was like a fine aged Harrison Ford cameo.
I thought he looked younger than usual. I don't know if they it was the makeup or they did some digital effects or something. It just seemed like, I don't know, lately he's a grumpy old man, and this
I like that,
wasn't.
He had his hair, and that was nice.
Yeah, and
He
it
was
wasn't as gray as usual.
He was in the movie Morning
I think they
Glory.
darkened
He
his
played an
hair or
old man, angry old man, perfectly. in that.
I was a little nervous about seeing some of it because I've been seeing trailers and commercials offhand, and I was afraid that they were gonna ruin it. Like
Yeah, that's the thing with comedies and their trailers. You're afraid they're gonna.
I was
Yeah.
really
All the
scared
jokes.
because when they did the part where he's talking to Champ in the chicken restaurant, I saw that on TV. When I saw it on TV, I thought it was funny. Saw it in the theater, like it was funny when I saw it on TV.
I hadn't seen that before, so
But
I guess I'm the only one who did see that on
Yeah.
the panel. On
we
the
all come at
dais,
it differently, Richard. We all come at
Mhm.
movies differently.
well,
you know, and giggity. And just there was some of the stuff in the commercials. Like I said, it's like when I saw it in the movie, it's like oh, but I did enjoy it.
you had a bowel movement.
I may have.
I didn't sit next to Richard.
Oh, I did. All right. Anyway, so is that all you had to say about Anchorman 2?
Now I guess
Anything
that's-
else?
it's-
Anything else stood out at all?
Lack of nudity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I think it was a PG-13 movie, wasn't it?
Probably.
Or was it R? I
It
don't
should have
know.
been at least. I only dropped one F-bomb. Notice that.
I remember one F-bomb, but I don't know if that was it.
Yeah.
Was that the whispered one?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a funny movie. If you saw the first one, you need to see the second one. I saw the first one was actually on last night on TV. I kind of regret not watching it
Oh.
to get myself psyched up.
I kind of thought that too. Like, I wish I would have watched the first
Kind
one.
of like
More reason.
get psyched up
Brian
to see it
does.
today.
I do. Yeah.
It's still all up here, all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. You remember most of it.
Yeah.
So, all right, Josh, let's close this out here. Anchorman 2.
I thought it was stupid and I hated it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. That's been Resisting Boredom.
No, I really liked it. That was a good comedy. It was a follow-up sequel, you know. And just the only thing I thought was kind of noticeable, and it was kind of more so in the beginning. It was less in the movie, but what they did, you know, how we all know how they did the first one. And, you know, they did a lot of takes and they just said a lot of shit,
Yeah, yeah.
and they just threw it. You know, they picked the best one and went with that. And this one, it was really noticeable, at least in the beginning, when they cut. Like, when they jumped to, like, another scene, like, they just jumped to someone's face going, vagina. And then people are, like, standing around again.
Yeah.
Like that. But other than that, like, it got less, it was less noticeable. Either my brain shut off or I just, you know, stopped caring, which I guess would be my brain shutting off. Either they were doing it better or my brain shut off. One of them happened. And by the end of the movie, I didn't care anymore. But, I mean, I thought it was a good sequel. It definitely... It did a couple callbacks, which I thought were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like you're expecting a little bit of similar jokes.
No Seth Rogen, though.
No Seth Rogen.
That was the disappointment for me.
Like I will never get over Airplane 2, and that's what I'm always afraid of when I see sequels to comedies. And I'm glad this one. And a lot of sequels to comedies do like kind of they don't rehash a joke, but they'll take the same joke and maybe change a little. And there's like a few instances of this, but it's all really done. Well, they're great comedians, and they did a great job of doing it. So can't fault a good comedy. If you want to see a funny movie, what else do you have? I'm pretty sure you can go rent Schindler's List, but just go see it.
Lots and lots of great cameos.
Were you watching the movie going, hey, that's Ant-Man?
Yeah,
Since now that we know that Paul Rudd's Ant-Man.
I did.
I found it a little distracting myself.
I mean, I didn't. No, when he first
That's
came
why you
out,
don't
I'm
think
like,
about
"Oh,
those
yeah, it's
things."
Ant-Man. And I
Yeah.
wasn't really distracted.
We just dated this review. But that's alright, because we
Well,
dated
I don't
by
see-
reviewing the movie.
I don't
guess.
see Champ and go, hey, look, it's T-Bones. No, I don't do that. Remember that T-Bones in the trucker?
When I see Brick,
Okay.
I don't go, it's Brick, because it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brick.
Inception.
It's Michael Scott, or any number of things.
God.
Canadian action
I
news.
believe that was Evan.
Sorry.
That's what you're thinking of. The Evan on Mike. Never mind. Alright, so anyways. I think we all liked
Morgan
it.
Freeman.
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone.
Longest
No,
year.
no one would say this
Before.
movie. Hey, no one would say this movie is better than the original, right?
I
No,
know.
God, no.
No.
Yeah. I mean, so keep that in mind when you
Maybe
go to see
Brian, but he
this.
doesn't remember.
Well, yeah. But keep that in mind when you go to see this. You know, keep your expectations a little lower, and I think you'll have a good time and you'll enjoy it. And I think we all pretty much can agree behind that sentiment.
So it's hard to beat the original.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean,
Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, Airplane 2.
yeah, it's still a solid comedy, still worth your time and money, and it's also a way that you can
Do it. Say it.
resist boredom.
Oh, finished.
I don't know how many takes we can get in, so there we go. We can do this.
Well, let's make sure each one is gold.
Okay.
It's 4 takes.
Love Scotch.
At the end, it's like
At the end, we're just
I
throwing the bottle.
love Scotch.
We're just whipping the bottle at the camera. Fuck doing these takes!
I love Scotty. God bless you, James Stewart.
Damn it! Damn it! We gotta take it again. I'll go get another bottle, guys. Constantly, every day of my life.
Probably.
Every day.
I was just gonna say, I went in with a, I guess not expecting so much then. So I was pleasantly surprised. Just went in because you guys were like, we're going. Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
But, no, I noticed tons of laughter from Marvel. At least, I didn't notice it quite as much.
From the rest of the
Yeah,
audience.
because we just got into it and we're going for it.
Yeah, I think we enjoyed it more than the rest of the audience. I'd agree with that.
Probably the loudest ones in the theater.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Just a fun movie. Go and see it if you like comedies. It's top notch comedy.
And if you like, you